Alright, so I'm going to try something different today. Instead of talking about my workout, which is largely the same week over week and day to day, I'm going to give you a old man yelling at clouds situation about the state of modern tattooing. So let's get into it. I started getting tattooed in the late 90s, and things that I'm going to grouse about now in my old man yelling at clouds kind of fashion is how there's no gatekeeping in tattooing anymore, and I think that's a bad thing. So when I started getting tattooed, you could not get your hands, neck, or face tattooed unless you were just totally full. Like if you walked into a tattoo parlor and asked to tattoo your hands and you took off your shirt and you didn't have anything on your torso, they tell you to get the hell out. It just wouldn't happen. Those spots were reserved for people who'd earned it in a way that like muscle is earned in the gym. Even if you're taking loads of steroids, you still have to show up and do the work. And tattooing was the same. You couldn't get your neck or your face tattooed, your hands tattooed, unless you were just basically full, unless you had like a full body suit going into it. And I think when I look around now, when I go out, I see people all over the place with hand tattoos and nothing else on their torso, or neck tattoos and nothing on their back or their chest or anything. And I think this is bad. I think it's a problem with tattooers. I think it's a problem with clientele who looked at those things and thought that they were cool, but didn't understand what it symbolized and didn't understand what it meant to get there. That it meant that someone had put in serious work, hundreds of hours of just going back to the shop and suffering day after day and doing the work to get there. To me, putting it in a gym context, these things look a lot like the synthol kids who want to look like they have a bunch of muscle but don't want to do the hard work of going into the gym and building muscle through heavy weight training. And when I see people out and about that are just their hands tattooed and nothing else, or their neck tattooed and nothing else, that's how I feel about it. It feels like there's a person here who is an imposter. They're trying to be something that they look like they are in clothing, and then when you see them in a tank top or you see them without their shirt on, something that they're not. They just haven't earned it. They haven't put in the work, and they haven't put in the time. And I think it's sad. It looks like a poor aesthetic to me visually. I think it falls on like the culture of, modern speed, whatever, trying to get to something quickly without putting in the hard work. And I just think it's unfortunate, because these people probably won't go back and fill everything in. They're just going to be blank canvases on like the most beautiful parts of their body that could hold amazing art. And instead they just want to look like they have that look in clothing, but not in reality. I find it unfortunate. It's sort of expected given a tattooing culture where tattooing has always been kind of counterculture and breaking the rules. So it's not surprising that tattooing would itself break its own unwritten rules. But I'm an old man. I think it's crap. I don't like it. And that's my opinion about it. So there you go. A little something different for today. Hope you enjoyed the old man shaking his fist at the heavens kind of thing. But that's it. Later.